I'm a firm believer that Inside Out 2 was not made for children. I just got done watching Inside Out 2, and one, phenomenal movie, but I don't believe that it was made for children, and I will die on that hill. I think that it was a group of adults who so deeply struggled with emotions in their younger years and are now starting to unpack it and like realize how connected all of emotions are, and they made a movie about it. Like, when I tell you, not a single child was laughing at the most funniest moments because they had not experienced it yet, if that makes sense. And as someone who struggles so badly with anxiety, Inside Out did such a good job with showing what anxiety is, minus the feeling of anxiety. Because the feeling of anxiety, like, that to me is the worst feeling someone could ever experience. Like, and I'm willing to get hit by a car rather than go have an anxiety attack. And that is dramatic, but it is the truth. But yeah, I don't believe that it was made for children. Like, I never felt so deeply understood by a movie. I never felt like just every adult in a room was like fully engulfed by a movie and like really seeing like what they experienced, or even parts of what they experienced. I love how, like, maybe I'm just overthinking this, and spoiler alert, I'm not really gonna spoil things, but it's kind of a spoiler alert. I just think that the way they tied in certain emotions, like embarrassment, I'm like, damn, like, you really thought it, you really felt it, you did it. But yeah, phenomenal movie. I would highly recommend. I don't want to talk too much about a specific part, but my name's Joy, right? And I suffer so badly from anxiety. And there's one part between joy and anxiety, and I just felt it so deeply. I felt, yes, I deserved that. Thank you, I deserved that. You should do that. If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't want to spoil things. Phenomenal movie. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I wish that I could interview children about this movie and see what their perspective is, because without experiencing these complex emotions and like experiencing the horror that it brings and the complications that it does to your life, because it makes you, like, say anxiety just makes you, like, I don't know, you just watch the movie. But I don't know what a child would have thought of this movie. Like, yes, there were parts where children were laughing, but I don't really think the children in the movie theater that I was with got it. Like, I don't think they understood truly what was happening. When I tell you, a movie has never made me flash in and out of memories more. Like, the sports scenes and how her emotions affected that. Like, my entire sports experience, the anxiety killed it. Gone, dead. This movie, I love how deep it goes into the complexities of how all of your emotions are intertwined. Like, and I think that's what I struggled with most when I was younger. But this second movie really dives in. I feel like the first movie, like, goes through, like, the basics of, like, what every human is. Every human experiences those base emotions. Sadness, anger, happiness, disgust, like, all of those fears. And I feel like Inside Out 2, it really shows how society is shaped and formed based off of what your childhood was like and what emotions you experienced the most, if that makes any sense. Just watch the movie if you are, one, a human, but two, if you struggled so deeply with emotions and struggle with expressing emotions and just struggle with, like, knowing what you're feeling. I don't know who the fuck thought of this movie and what they're trying to do to us. Damn, they definitely got people who, like, study the brain and stuff to work on this movie as well. Because I don't know, like, I want to interview the people who made the movie and, like, how were you able to find the words to express this emotion and portray it on screen? Because I can't even express those emotions without, like, feeling like I'm gonna explode. I don't know. Phenomenal movie. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. But yeah, I genuinely think that this might be... Listen, I have categories for what the greatest movies are. There's like a category for a movie that's great because of the storyline and maybe the movie's not good, right? Then there's the category of like a movie that just like really takes you out of life, and like, yeah, sure, there are some flaws, but it was just a 10 out of 10 good experience. And then there's movies that truly portray the human experience and just engulf you, and like you like experience your whole life through it, you know? Like, this is what Inside Out 2 was. And I'm so happy they showed it in theaters. While yes, this movie would have been great to see just on Disney Plus. Wow, wow, wow. Phenomenal. But yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. And I stand on the belief that this movie was not made for children. This was made for adults who are struggling still and who need to see the chaos that it all brings, and like how it's affected you, and like, I just need to be quiet because I could go on for days. But watch the movie, and if you've seen the movie, just talk about it. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. On that note, my predictions for the next Disney movie or Pixar movie. So a while back, there was like something circulating about how in the end credits, they will show like a little picture or like a little image of what the next, like a hint of what the next movie's gonna be. There was a blue bird, and there was this Pixar short that I saw when I was younger, but it was about these bluebirds that would sit on a wire, and this large bluebird couldn't sit with them because it always ruined everything. I think that the next movie is going to be about that bluebird, or a bluebird similar, and maybe about babies. I don't know, because there was also another image of a bluebird carrying like a little, you know how a stork carries that little like cloth and like the babies inside? It was that, but that threw me off because normally storks are portrayed as white and not blue, and also the character had the same body shape and kind of like kooky look as the bluebird I'm talking about. Goodbye.